This is an excerpt of the book Law, Legislation, and Liberty, from 1973, written by the Nobel laureate economist F.A. Hayek. Cosmos and Taxes. The two sources of order. The study of spontaneous orders has long been the peculiar task of economic theory, although, of course, biology has from its beginning been concerned with that special kind of spontaneous order which we call an organism. Only recently has there arisen within the physical sciences under the name of cybernetics, a special discipline which is also concerned with what are called self-organizing, or self-generating systems. The distinction of this kind of order from one which has been made by somebody putting the elements of a set in their places, or directing their movements is indispensable for any understanding of the processes of society as well as for all social policy. There are several terms available for describing each kind of order. The made order, which we have already referred to as an exogenous order or an arrangement, may again be described as a construction, an artificial order, or, especially where we have to deal with a directed social order, as an organization. The grown order, on the other hand, which we have referred to as a self-generating, or endogenous order, is in English most conveniently described as a spontaneous order. Classical Greek was more fortunate in possessing distinct single words for the two kinds of order, namely taxes for a made order, such as, for example, an order of battle, and cosmos for a grown order, meaning originally a right order in a state or a community. We shall occasionally avail ourselves of these Greek words as technical terms to describe the two kinds of order. It would be no exaggeration to say that social theory begins with the discovery that there exist orderly structures which are the product of the action of many men, but are not the result of human design. In some fields this is now universally accepted. Although there was a time when men believed that even language and morals had been invented by some genius of the past, everybody recognizes now that they are the outcome of a process of evolution whose results nobody foresaw or designed. But in other fields many people still treat with suspicion the claim that the patterns of interaction of many men can show an order that is of nobody's deliberate making, in the economic sphere. In particular, critics still pour uncomprehending ridicule on Adam Smith's expression of the invisible hand by which, in the language of his time, he described how man is led to promote an end which was no part of his intentions. If indignant reformers still complain of the chaos of economic affairs, insinuating a complete absence of order, this is partly because they cannot conceive of an order which is not deliberately made, and partly because to them an order means something aiming at concrete purposes, which is, as we shall see, what a spontaneous order cannot do. We shall examine later how that coincidence of expectations and plans is produced which characterizes the market order, and the nature of the benefits we derive from it. For the moment we are concerned only with the fact that an order not made by man does exist and with the reasons why this is not more readily recognized. The main reason is that such orders as that of the market do not obtrude themselves on our senses, but have to be traced by our intellect. We cannot see, or otherwise intuitively perceive, this order of meaningful actions, but are only able mentally to reconstruct it by tracing the relations that exist between the elements. We shall describe this feature by saying that it is an abstract and not a concrete order. The end. The end. The end.